Walking down death row, I see bright lights down below. Walking down death row, I'm praying to God, please save my soul. Walking down death row, I see bright lights down below. Walking down death row, I'm praying to God, please save my soul.
315 and 314 for a shooting at Century Theaters, 14300 East Alameda Avenue. They're saying somebody's shooting in the auditorium. There's at least one person that's been shot, but they're saying there's hundreds of people just running around.
316, I got people saying Theater 9 still.
Yeah, all of our RPs are saying Theater 9 where Batman was playing.
Adam, I need a march car behind the theater, Sable side. Got a suspect in a gas mask. 209.
209, okay, and we need cars south side. Suspect in a gas mask.
Are saying that it appears that only one person was involved in this, but clearly in the middle of the night talking with these witnesses, everybody thought that there was more than one person involved.
Presumption of innocence, even in a case that gets so graphic as this. Let me go back quickly to Corbin Gates. Was there one or two people involved in this? I've heard that you believe there might have been two, not just one.
I couldn't speculate, but the way from what I saw prior, before the gunman walking in, acted out, it seemed like there was two. But I couldn't speculate because I did not know what happened after that door had shut before it swung back open.
I think you told one of our producers that the person you saw going out of the theater to get and come back, whoever came back in, the one who went out had a goatee.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
That's correct, yeah. Prior to the movie even starting, when I came and got my seat at the theater, a guy walked in into the auditorium after me, sat into the very first right row, and got a phone call, took his phone call towards the emergency exit, not the lobby, and had his foot propped open by the door. It seemed like he was making gestures, trying to find somebody or trying to have somebody come to his location to where he currently was. After that, I had already stepped out of the auditorium to bring my friend in, and when we came back, the movie was just starting, lights were dimming, and that door seemed closed.
And you testified to all this in court?
Yes.
We don't know. We have ideas. From what we saw, he wasn't alone. He had someone with him because the second can of tear gas didn't come from his side. He was completely dressed in black, head to toe. From what we saw, it seemed like he had something over his face, probably to prevent him from breathing it in. And we can only assume that someone got him in because he was hit. Whatever he was wearing seemed thick. So I don't think he would really. I think he'd stand out in the crowd.
Here on the news, they have one guy in custody.
They do have a guy in custody, according to the news.
they?
And I think it was at least 3 people because I saw a silhouette of a guy, and all I could see was the light from the exit lights. I saw a silhouette of a guy, and he wasn't all black. And that's why I was convinced he was dressed in a Batman suit. Like, if they find that out later, you heard it from me first. He was dressed in a Batman suit, and there's 2 people on each side of him. But I think there was only one gun going off at the time. but they definitely threw the fucking smoke bomb, and they threw one other thing. They threw
definitely waiting for people.
Yeah, and either they were hiding behind the screen, which there is.
Nobody knows who it was, but they had shotguns.
But it was just, even after that, we just saw cops everywhere. And we still didn't know what was going on. I asked the cop what was happening, and he said that there was still someone that wasn't detained. And at that point in time, I had feared for my own life. Mm-hmm. Before that, I was worried. I wanted to help everyone else. I wanted to be there for everyone else. But at that point in time, I wanted to get out of there. I feared for my own life.
Some guy comes running in, and he's running through the theater like the theater's exits, and he's like, "Don't go out in the lobby, someone's shooting people out there," and he runs out, and at that point we still weren't sure if someone was pranking us or what, so we...
Bullets were going through the walls into your theater.
Yeah, they did. After that had happened, we, in fact, we went to the left side of the theater, and somebody said, "Oh, look, holes." And, you know, we looked up, and you could see the sound baffling material had been actually pushed out of the wall. And I walked over and actually put my finger in it, you know, because I was like, just, you know, kind of shocked still. And, you know, right before we tried to exit the theater, and then all of a sudden somebody ran in and said, "Don't go in the lobby, he's in the lobby." And somebody else tried to go outside, and they shut the doors. And I don't know why, but they said he's outside, so we were scared. We didn't know if there was more than one. You know, a lot of people were in shock, so...
We were just trying to go on the opposite side of him. He was on the left side of the theater, and we were trying to go into the right side. And at that point, everybody in my aisle had gotten out, and they tried to go to the exit door, but they, at that point, started running back into the building, and I didn't understand why. And then they were all screaming, "Go back, you know, he's shooting everybody that's trying to exit the door," and he was killing people that were, or shooting people that were trying to exit the door into the theater, and so...
Chill about the whole thing. He looked at me, I'm hiding behind him, and everybody was just kind of heading toward the door. And one guy rushes back in, and he shouts, "Don't go into the lobby, they say he's got a gun." And, you know, we knew at that moment in time.
We're still getting witness information coming into us. Obviously, anyone who's seen anything, we really want their assistance to notify us. All right, I will take a handful of questions. In terms of a more thorough brief, we're shooting for 11 a.m. this morning. I don't know where we'll do that, probably in an Aurora facility. So we'll give a more thorough update around 11 a.m. this morning. We will not do anything between now and then.
Chief,
okay?
you said you talked to the suspect. Did he give any idea of what a motive might be?
The only thing I will tell you is he made a statement to us about explosives in his residence, and we are dealing with that potential threat right now. Beyond that, I have nothing more to say about what he said to us.
Chief, can you say anything about a search for a second person? There were a lot of reports there was someone else involved.
We have not been able to confirm that. We have no evidence to support that right now, but we are obviously very concerned about that, even the possibility of that, and we are working that angle right now. But as of right now, we have no evidence of a second threat.
He's in custody, right?
We have a suspect in custody, yes.
Do you believe there's other people that you need to find?
I just answered that question. As of right now, we do not have any evidence of a second gunman, but obviously we're concerned about that, and we're doing everything we can to find out if there is if that might possibly be true. But as of right now, we have no evidence.